have today with us Kapil Modi. He is the MD and the partner at Carlyle India Private Equity. He's of PGP 2008 batch, and he's just won the Young Alumni Achievers Award in the Corporate Leadership category. He's been involved in more than 4.5 billion worth investments across 15 deals by Carlyle India, and has managed 5 full exits with more than 4 billion realization. So congratulations on winning the award.
Thanks for that.
And welcome to be back at the campus. How does it feel to be here?
It feels great. Just getting an admission into IIMA was one of the highlights of my life, and to be back on campus is a privilege, and I have always enjoyed that. Over the last 16 years, whenever I have got opportunity, I have visited the campus, and to be given an honor like this by the very eminent institute in the country, it's a real proud moment for me and my family. I feel really great. I'm very thankful and grateful.
And how has IIMA shaped your career?
So IIMA gave me 3 things. One is the confidence. I did well academically here, and it gave me the confidence to spread the wings and go out in the world. So that was the first thing. Second thing is the network. I work in private equity, which I say is a bridge between capital and talent, and IIMA gave me the network of hugely talented people all across the world, not just India. So that really is a lifelong asset that I got. And the third one is the career launchpad. I got my first job out of campus, and I'm still in that job after 16 years. So it's a truly precious privilege to have.
Looking back at your journey, what are the key lessons that have guided you?
So the lessons that have guided me, and a lot of them come from the institute. Institute has a very high emphasis on ethics and integrity, and it is in practice, not just in words. And that kind of resonated very well with me because it is very much in line with the family values that my parents taught me. So always do the right thing, even if it is the tough thing, and that has held me in very good state, because I deal with a lot of stakeholders and regulators and multiple other stakeholders, including external stakeholders, management, founders. And when you do that, and when you treat everybody the right way, when you do the thing that you do, even if no one is watching, is the right thing. And the great part is this resonated extremely well with my organization where I work. So 3 weeks after I joined this organization in March, April 2008, I ended up meeting the founder of the organization in Washington, DC. And I asked him what's the way to get long-term success in this business. And he said that always do the right thing for our LPs, our investors. And not for your boss, not for yourself, but just do the right thing. And that has held me in very good state. So that was a big lesson. The other one was hard work and sincerity. I think I've been for 16 years in the same organization, and I think it's like compounding. So it kind of keeps on giving and adding back. And hard work and sincerity are the fuel for that compounding. So that's the other lesson that I really value. And the third thing that has really helped me is just be kind and helpful. When I got out of campus in March 08, after that GFC came in September 08, a lot of people had to switch jobs, went through a lot of transition. And the fact that you kind of were with those people in those tough times allowed you to build long-lasting friendships. And true friendships, which mean a lot beyond words. So I have always felt that it's a good thing to do the right thing, be kind and helpful, and the world returns it to you multifold.
What got you interested in private equity?
It's a story of happy coincidence. I interned with Lehman Brothers in London. I got a PPO. I was all set to join them in 2008. My father was not keeping well, and hence I decided to be in India. I went back to Lehman Brothers, and I had a sales and trading job which did not exist in Mumbai office. So they asked me to consider private equity. I didn't know anything about private equity, and I was scheduled to talk to the Lehman PE head, which I never did because I went to go to an IIMA senior and seek advice about private equity before I went to that Lehman interview. He happened to be at Carlyle, and we ended up meeting over breakfast, and I got offered the job over a breakfast. I never went through a test. I never went through a proper interview. I never visited the Carlyle office. They never visited the campus. So it's a story of happy coincidence. I joined there in March '08, and here I am after 16 and a half years.
That's such a great set of, good fortune. And can you talk about a specific deal that you remember that was challenging and how you navigated that challenge?
Yeah, I will talk about the first deal that I did. It's really close to my heart, and I was a very junior guy in 2010. I still remember this company called Tirumala Milk Products. It's a company founded by 4 rural entrepreneurs based in Narsorupet village of Guntur district of Andhra Pradesh. And to talk about hard work, to do that diligence, I spent 3 to 4 weeks in the peak summer heat of Guntur out there in this village, tallying their accounts, looking at all the data, because they had never done this in this manner. They were very much ground up entrepreneurs. One guy was a farmer, one guy was a loader, and they had just started and built it out of sheer grit and passion, but did not have adequate systems, to be honest. They used to manage all their financials in Excel sheets in pen drives, believe it or not, and it was a 400-500 crore business. And when I went there, I did the diligence. I could see the value unlock, and we partnered with them, and we were able to deliver 4.5 times value for Carlyle in 3.5 years. But during this journey, I ended up building all the systems. We could get yesterday's P&L today in that system, and we did the second largest ERP implementation in India after Amul in dairy sector. I hired a junior of mine from IIMA, PGP, ABM, who had done NDRI, Karnal, and management background from here, and got him all the way from Gujarat to Gudu to run this project for us. And he did amazingly well and continues to be with that organization after these many years. We ended up building systems where farmers could get paid on time, will receive an SMS every day on the amount of milk supplied and the value that they deserve to be paid. And this is way back in 2010. We opened up around 500,000 bank accounts for those farmers, ensured cattle insurance for their cattle. So I felt good because we created a reasonably good amount of value for our investors. We created value for those rural entrepreneurs, and we created value for everybody in the ecosystem, the farmers, the employees, and everyone. We ended up selling this company to the largest multinational dairy company, Lactalis, and ran the entire process. So it was a very good, happy journey where I could see that you can create value for all the stakeholders.
Is this how routine or PE deals happen, where you are like on the ground with the client? And
yeah, that's how routine PE deals happen. People think that it happens on Excel sheets and legal documents and the boardrooms. It does, but there's a lot of hard work that goes behind. And as I said initially, private equity is the bridge between capital that we get from our LPs, our investors, and the talent, the high quality management talent that comes from institutes like IIM Ahmedabad to deliver value and to create that value. When we go into companies, we look at areas where we can create value. It can be through mergers and acquisitions, it can be through new capex investments, it can be through new product development, it can be through hiring of management teams, improving the systems, improving the decision making and agility of the business process. Just to give an example again on Tirumala, we kind of changed the packaging, improved the consumer perception, improved the quality by investing in higher automated manufacturing and all of that. So all that is how it happens, and across all our deals we will engage with the management on identified levers of value creation.
And what are the trends that you see in the private equity market in India, and how do you think it will evolve?
I think private equity market has matured. It has grown 7-8 times since the time I have joined in the last 15-16 years. It has emerged as a highly reliable, large ticket source of capital for people, and This is value added capital. As I said, they will work on the various levers of value creation. This is also patient capital. Unlike public markets where your performance is judged every day and every quarter, private equity firms have typically 4 or 5 years of horizon, and hence you can invest for the longer term. And it's also value which kind of creates professional entrepreneurs. What I mean by that is that all the private equity firms in multiple ways would put very sizable ESOP programs for the professional management team, and allows them to have large amount of value creation through that ESOP program, similar to what entrepreneurs will do for in a smaller manner. So that kind of allows us to attract the best talent and provide the best capital and unlock value. So that's how private equity works. I think this will only go up in the times to come. Founders and promoters will be more open to do control deals, as they are being seeing that this can unlock a large amount of value which they cannot sell down their entire stake in public markets. The management teams have matured across sectors, and they can see this as an mode for large amount of value unlock and value creation for them. And as India continues to deliver on this value creation plan, more and more global capital will flock to these markets, and I think in some time even the Indian institutional capital will come in much larger amounts to private equity. So I am very excited about the future of private equity in India.
Wow. So what would be your advice to somebody who wants to, be in this career in private equity?
I would say focus on two things. One, the table stakes, which is the financial analysis, ability to do valuation, ability to do negotiation. But the second part is the softer aspect, ability to build a network, ability to have people trust you, right, with large amounts of capital, with their careers and all of that, and ability to manage large stakeholder relationships, because as a board member in publicly listed companies, you are responsible for minority public shareholders too. As a regulated entity, you are responsible for the regulators to take care of do the right thing, even if it is the hard thing. I have served on various regulated entities boards, and I would say that there are times when the decision may not seem fiscally the most exciting, but if it's the right thing to do the right thing. In the long term, it pays. It always pays. So I tell people that imbibe that right set of ethics, integrity, do your hard work, and then have the basic skills. And this is a relatively fast growing industry. The industry will need large amounts of talent. So even if somebody doesn't get the opportunity right out of the college, they can get into consulting or investment banking, build 2-3 years of foundational skill set, and then get into this industry.
How do you managing these big portfolio along with your commitment to diversity and sustainability?
I think it comes back to my principle of saying doing the right thing. I have been a big proponent of diversity, because I think that if we don't unlock the value embedded in our female colleagues, we are losing out on half the world. It's just no country can become a developed nation if they don't unlock the full potential of half of their workforce. So I am a big believer of gender diversity, and diversity of thought allows us to do bigger and better decision making. I am part of the Global DI Council in Carlyle as one of the Asia X Japan members. I have been a big proponent of promoting diversity across our talent pool, but more importantly across our portfolio companies, because Carlyle in India will have only 20 people, but we employ close to 100,000 people across our portfolio companies. So if we promote diversity in the boardroom, make it the quarterly target for the CEOs and CHROs, that gets a lot more impact. And that's where I push them to do that. The other thing is to ensure that when people are looking for CXO roles or the larger roles, you always keep a female candidate in the pool. At least give them the chance, give them the opportunity. The third thing that we do is that we hire these female candidates young and allow them to grow in our organization, provide them the right support system through mentorship, through coaching. Some people want a career break in between. So allow for all of that flexibility to the extent possible, and that's what happens. For example, one of the portfolio companies I have, Nextra, we hired 20 female engineers, because in data center industry, it's a fast growing industry. There's very little female talent to go to, and maybe after a year or two, some of them will leave us for a variety of reasons and get to other places, but we would feel good about having created that talent pool in the industry, and we would definitely retain most of them. On the sustainability side, again, I would give the extra example, and across our portfolio companies, we do ESG annual rating. We have people who have ESG as part of their KRAs. In Extra, we use green power across our data centers. Data centers are power guzzlers, and that requires investment, whether it is in power plants, whether it is in more energy efficient ecosystem. But that capex is well served. It becomes a part of the organization if you insist on it every month, every quarter, every board meeting.
Okay. And as a recipient of this Young Alumni Achievers Award, what do you aim to achieve professionally and personally?
From my perspective, I think it bestows upon me an added responsibility. I see this with a feeling of gratitude and responsibility, both personally and professionally. From a professional perspective, I think I owe it to the institute who has trusted me with this award to create much larger impact on people around, not just in the limited financial sense, but in the wider social sense. And this I have been doing and I'll continue to do. And the way I see it is that it kind of gives me an opportunity and a responsibility to become a better version of myself every single day. On a personal side, it's very gratifying. It's amazingly great moment. Whole of my family came. It's a super proud moment for my family, but most especially my daughter Myra, who is a bundle of joy and happiness, and I feel great every day, and she could attend this function and she felt great, so that's the biggest joy.
Great. Thank you for doing this, and thank you for speaking to us. Best of luck for the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.